Hey, it's EfreetEater. How's it going today? Let's talk about Samurai Jack Season 5, Episode 9. As I just found out in the last couple episodes, this episode exists. I thought there were only 8 episodes because, I don't know. Check out my last video, and the one before that, to hear about that situation. Anyway, this episode 9 was a really great episode. It was really fast-paced, and it had a cliffhanger end that really set up a cool situation for the final episode. It was super well-paced. There were a lot of action scenes that were really cool. I didn't think they did anything obnoxious like some of the, like episode 7. There was a lot of character development that revealed a lot of new stuff about Ashi and some of Jack's emotions. Again, we don't really see that a lot. We never saw that much anyway in the older Samurai Jack, so I like that they've been doing that with this season. There was even some comedy with this episode that was pretty funny with Scaramouche. And there were some really nice shots, as always, to frame the scenes. In this episode, like I said, we found out a lot more about Ashi. That was... wow. And one of the side characters, he's out. And like I said, it set up something amazing for the next episode. I'm really excited for it, to see the final episode. Anyway, let's talk about everything that happened. So the episode takes place immediately after episode 8. Ashi is searching for new clothes right after their embrace with all the bug guts on them. And she gets a nice green robe. And then they're eating some big worms in the desert that her and Jack caught. And this is like a funny sequence about the worms tasting bad. Jack tells a story about his childhood, and Ashi asks, was there a girl? And he starts saying, well, there were a lot of girls. And then he realizes, oh, you mean like a lover. And he says, well, Aku came when I was only 8. And it kind of sinks into him. He's reminded of this, that he'll only ever see that time in his memory. And he makes a statement about that to her, a very grim sort of portent. And then when she wakes up in the morning, he has vanished. Now, it cuts to Scaramouche, who is going to Aku's castle. Somehow he has like an octopus body. And by body, I mean like he's a head with like tentacles and he's crawling around. And he goes to like a drive-through kind of speaker that looks like Aku. And it says that Aku's no longer taking calls. But he ignores it. He gets into the tower and he says, Jack has lost his sword. And Aku originally didn't really want to see him, but when he hears that, he is shocked and he restores Scaramouche's body. Now, cutting back to Jack, he comes to a scrapyard with a bunch of destroyed robots, towns, and all kinds of stuff. It reminds him of what he's come through, all that he's lost, all that all these people have lost. And as he's looking through there, Ashi confronts him. But he says he has to face Aku alone. She asks, why did you leave? And he says, well, I don't want you to be a memory. And speak of the devil, Aku actually appears. And he quickly realizes Jack has his sword. So he turns to Scaramouche. He blows his head off. Now we find out something really mind-shattering here. But maybe not so mind-shattering. But Ashi is actually Aku's daughter. He says, I smell something familiar. I smell me. And there's a flashback that shows him sort of dip his finger into this brazier. And he gives like some of his essence. Ashi's mother drinks it in a chalice and it impregnates her. And so she is like part of Aku. And Aku is able to force Ashi to fight Jack. And he originally, I think, doesn't know what's going on. And then he realizes like, oh, she's being controlled by him. And she doesn't want to fight him. She's trying to warn Jack, but that's what's happening. Eventually, she transforms into this evil sort of Akushi. And she's all black again, but like all black. And she has glowing eyes and those kind of horns like Aku. And she begs for Jack to kill her, but he throws down his sword instead. And Aku claims it. And the episode ends with like an oil painting still. Jack in despair, Akushi in the sort of looking on him. Everything kind of running down in a gray. So I'm excited for the next episode. I can't wait. Oh, and I should mention, I'm curious to see what will happen. Will Jack have to kill Ashi? Or maybe she will kill him and she'll kill Aku, as I was talking about before? I don't know. Maybe they'll just both team up and kill Aku. Maybe the spell will be broken through love. Something of that nature. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, and I'm excited to see it. We'll be back with a review of that episode in a little less than a week. I'm going to try to do it a little earlier. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I always have new videos coming up every week, usually about 3 times a week, about video games, purchases from eBay and thrift stores and flea markets, and all kinds of stuff that I just think is kind of cool. Little videos about snacks and all that stuff. Anyway, we'll see you next time, and you have a good one. See ya.